Okay. Okay. Blackout officially has my attention now. What is going on, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And it was just a few days ago to where I made a video talking about Blackout to where I wasn't wasn't as hyped about it, and it didn't really make that much of a difference to me and all that kind of good stuff, right? I mean, you guys know, you know, those of you guys that saw the video know exactly what I'm talking about, obviously. But lo and behold, just yesterday or the day before or whatnot, I guess somehow, because at the end of the day, after I get done with my stuff, I basically like to, you know, keep in touch with what in the world is going on with Call of Duty. So I guess I missed the little Game Informer interview with the rapid fire questions for, like, I don't know, nearly 15 minutes that they had with David Vonderhaar, which basically spilled the beans on a hell of a lot of things that Blackout was going to have in it, how it was going to play, the weapons, and all that kind of stuff. You guys know everything that's pretty much going to be in it as of right now, pretty much like I do. I mean, I don't know it, like, I don't know everything. I don't have everything like in front of me right now to tell you, but I'm sure that's not necessary, and that's usually not what I do unless it was something like a little bit more basic and a little bit more different or whatnot. But this is something that's not very basic, so I'm sure you guys know about it better than I do at this point. But with that interview, and as well as the reveal of the map and how the map is designed and all that kind of stuff, and with the player count, it definitely seems that it's going to be fast-paced. And in the interview, they basically really touched up upon that. I mean, Vaughn was basically asked, can I hide in a bathroom and sit on a toilet the whole game and still manage to win? And the answer was no. The answer was no. And it's pretty fast-paced, and I like that, because I was expecting it to be a little bit more like your traditional battle royale than it would be COD. I was just expecting like 70% traditional battle royale and all that kind of stuff, with the COD paint job thrown in and just maybe a couple little things here and there. But no, apparently it really is COD's version of battle royale called Blackout. So, and apparently it's gonna play quite differently than your traditional battle royale, which again has my attention, because I've already stated that I've tried Fortnite or whatnot, and I respect the hell out of it, but it's just not my cup of tea, and I didn't enjoy it, and therefore I'm not playing it. So with Blackout, I originally had that same kind of concept, other than that it was going to be in first-person shooter and it was going to have a COD paint job. But no, there's a lot more to it than that. Apparently, it's going to be it really is going to be its own thing, and I'm happy about that, because personally for me, when you take something that's good in the first place, and if you correctly, and please remember that word, correctly throw in your own version of it, your own mix, I think it could end up it could be a recipe for success. So, and I certainly don't see anything wrong with it. The way I look at it is, this is going to be like almost like a unique version of Ground War. For those people that have been asking for a crazy for Ground War that had more than 9 players, and that were constantly asking for 32v32 because Battlefield does it or whatnot, for a total of 64. Well, right now we're going to get 80 or more, or slightly less, depending on whatever the data from the beta tells them. So we're kind of getting our wish, if you think about it. This is going to be the version of Ground War that we've always wanted but never got, but now we are getting in Battle Royale, and we're going to have 2v2s, 2v2s, 3v3s, and 4v4s, and then your traditional one-man all by themselves Battle Royale. So. And with that being said, I have this kind of other idea. First of all, I want to talk about the hardcore community, because the hardcore community is a community in Call of Duty. Granted, they're not as big as the regular core community, but they're still a part of the community, and they matter just like every single one of us does, just like the rest of us do, right? And they're very passionate about their game mode. So obviously, hardcore, I am definitely expecting hardcore to be in the traditional multiplayer, but that's not exactly what I am necessarily talking about here. Is what if they had a hardcore version of Battle Royale? Why not? I think the hardcore community would be even hyped about that, and I think personally that that there should be one. If you're gonna keep up with tradition in Call of Duty, as well as putting something into the mix, I don't think that the hardcore community should be left out. So I think that it would be awesome if they had a hardcore version of the Battle Royale. Obviously, they're probably not going to have every single game mode like they will in the regular battle royale have hardcore, but I think one or two versions of that should be in hardcore at the very least. One or two of the game modes. So so that way those guys aren't left out. I don't play hardcore, so this isn't personally for me. This is something that I feel the community deserves, and again, like I said, the hardcore community are passionate players. So, and they are a good amount. It's like I said, they're not as big as the core community, but it's still a good amount of hardcore players. So, can't leave those guys out, right? So there's that. But I had one more idea, and this is something personally from me. And you guys let me know if this is a good idea or not, or if I'm just talking out of my ass. So please feel free. But here is what I'm thinking. They could have a mode, a different variation of a mode, just one obviously, and basically you can have all the players in, and you're gonna have I would say it would make more sense to have, like, let's say a certain number of players on one team and a certain number of players on another team. You could either have 2 teams, or you can have maybe more, like 4, or depending on whatever would make more sense, right? And here it is. Everybody goes in on the map like usual, right? And the way it works is like this. You have 10 to 12 minutes, because we know that Treyarch likes to keep their games going fast, right? So you have a 10 to 12 minutes time limit in the match, and you have, it's a respawn game mode. So in other words, once you die, you're not gone. You can respawn in, right? And during that 10 to 12 minutes, you have to get the most amount of score possible for your team in order for your team to win. Or even if they were to do this in a free-for-all way, for you to win. But that wouldn't make that much sense, because the spawns would be so jacked. I personally think, unless they found a way to do it somehow, but with the map size and with the way it works or whatnot, or I don't know. But I think that would be very interesting. I think it would be, I would call it, excuse me, I would call it chaos or whatnot. And because it would give people even more of a reason to move around. It's like, okay, I've got 10 to 12 minutes, or whatever the time limit may be, and I have to get as much score as possible. So I don't care how many times I die, I'm just going to get as much score as possible. I'm going to be running around looking for weapons, I'm going to be causing destruction, I'm going to be calling in streaks, I think, if they do that. I'm going to get on a vehicle, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to destroy this, I'm going to destroy that. You know, it's endless, and everybody would move around. Now that's just my thing. I think some people might say that I'm describing Battlefield, but I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. But at the same time, I'm not as familiar with Battlefield as some of you guys are, because as you probably noticed by now, I don't play Battlefield. But anyway, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. And yeah, I am happy to report that I'm legitimately excited for Blackout now. I'm looking forward to it. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of my opinions, what you think about the hardcore community having their own version, and everything about the video pretty much. Let me know. And as always, if you enjoyed it, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.